Welcome to Put the Kids to Bed and Let's Talk. I'm your host, The Rebuttal, and tonight I got another special guest. We just had something not too long ago dedicated to the black women due to, the recent events of the election. I wanted to let black women know that the rebuttal and the grown folks in the chat and Put the Kids to Bed and Let's Talk podcast. We got y'all back. We got y'all back. We love y'all. We adore y'all. And don't let this election come between us. Things have happened that you may not agree with or you may agree with. We don't know, but we're here to talk about it. But nonetheless, I have another special guest, which is a black woman, and introduce yourself to the chat.
Hey everyone, my name is Mariah. I am 34 years old and I am from Mississippi, born and raised.
Let's go. Let's go. Um,
Mhm.
so some time has passed since the initial shock of the election results.
Mhm.
Did you get a chance to vote this year?
Yes, I did. I made sure to make time.
Yeah, yeah. And where are you satisfied with the results of the election?
Absolutely not. Not at all.
Not at all. Okay.
No.
Okay. What was your initial reaction to the news?
Well, I woke up the next day. I didn't stay up to watch because it was already pretty depressing. But the next day I woke up, I was like really sad. And then like I spent majority of the first day sad. And then anybody who knows me has seen how I reacted the next day. The next day I was pretty pissed off. And you'll see a stream of like conversations on Facebook, just things I just don't do, but
Mm.
sad and angry.
What who are you mad at?
Um Number one, I'm angry at the Republican Party.
Okay.
They lied, they deceived people, they played on things that people truly believe that is true to their core value. Second, I'm mad at the Democrats. I felt that they could have performed better, and I
Mm.
think that they could have like I don't know tried something different because Trump is different in a nutshell.
Yeah.
He's something different. That's the allure for him.
Yeah.
And then thirdly, I'm mad at the American people. Um, I get it. At the same time, we all get lies, but at the same get lied to. But at the same time, this is the second time he's in office, right?
Yeah.
And this is the second time we've bought his lies, and we are being, what's the word I'm looking for? Accepting towards the things that he says. We know that he lies.
Mm.
Hmm. And
It.
that's another. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh nah, keep going, keep going.
Oh, sorry. And that's another thing. It's like people. I asked the question. People didn't believe that he supported Project 25 or didn't think that he would really do mass deportation. And there
Mm.
was a growing trend of people saying, "Oh, he's not going to do that." Okay, so why would you vote for a president who just says random things, and you
Mm.
feel like those are empty threats? Why would you
Yeah.
vote for someone like that?
Okay, okay. So, I'm the rebuttal
Mm-hmm.
and I try my best to stay as unbiased as I can, but since my name is the rebuttal, I have to give you the rebuttal, right?
Right.
Okay. So you said you do not agree with the mass deportation.
Mm-hmm.
Why is that?
Well, one is wrong. Um, let's just say that. Well, first, let me start here. Um, we all live on Earth, right? Every human being lives on Earth,
Mm.
and we are all gonna die. All right,
Okay.
this is the truth. We may not die at the same time, but we are all gonna die.
Yeah.
And when you look at it like that, land is land. No one
Mm.
owns land. We all leave it behind. So for
Mm.
us to be like, oh, you need to go back here, blah blah blah. People
Yeah.
are trying to escape a bad situation, and that's why they came here. People
Oh.
have hope, and that's what America was built on: dreams,
Mm.
hope, the American dream.
Yeah.
And for us to be like, go back to your country, okay, well then that's everybody on this continent.
Mm.
Whites can
Okay.
go back to Europe, blacks can go back to Africa,
Yeah.
and so forth. It's wrong, and it's ripping people apart. And
Mm.
most of the people who will probably get sent back don't even know, let's say, Puerto Rico like that. They were born and raised in America. They are Americans, and
Mm.
we are just, I don't. It's devastating to do that to people, and I would never want that to happen to me or anybody that I know.
Okay. Okay. You spoke. You have spoken, right? I got so
Mm-hmm.
now here comes the rebuttal.
Alrighty.
What about for the people that say, okay, yes, America is the greatest country in the world right now, and therefore we just can't let people come in without their proper due.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Trump, from what I understand, is saying that he don't care about people coming in from the border. He just wants them to come in and do their due process, like enter the country the right way. There are many people that have to go through the citizenship process, and it's a hard process, but it's not impossible to do. And that helps us put a number on you, be able to locate you, um, to put you in the system versus just anybody coming in here and eventually turning our country into one of those third world country because we're not keeping an eye on who's coming in here.
Mm-hmm. Um, well, in response to that, I would have to say that it still doesn't change my point of view, but I do get where people are coming from, where they feel that way. Um, but the reason why I still don't agree is because we we have done great things as a country overall. We are doing great, and immigration still helps boost a lot of things in the economy. Right? When they come here, they do the jobs that most people don't want to do, and
Mm,
let's be honest, like a lot of them don't get paid higher wages; they get paid lower wages, and that alone helps the economy, in my opinion. I'm not an economic genius or anything like that when it
mm,
comes to that. But the way Trump goes about it is saying like, "Oh, I just want to put America first and make
yeah.
sure that these people are doing the things right." I have to do my research. I don't like to say anything without doing my research first.
Yeah.
But denaturalization is targeting those people who did do it right. So my question to you is,
Oh,
how do
uh,
you feel about that?
from what I understand, is
Mm-hmm.
it's not the people that did it right. It's not. It's saying if a like they have it where say you come in here illegally and you have a child, that child is now a U.S. citizen because they were born in America, even though their parents are from somewhere else and they didn't get citizenship.
Mm-hmm.
He's saying that that child can go back now with the parents versus like just because you're born here doesn't mean that you're American if your parents are not citizens.
Mm-hmm.
Um, how I feel about it, I'm not sure. Like, I know that gotta be kind of just traumatic to snatch somebody up and send
Mm-hmm.
them back into what they trying to escape. But I also look at it like the way he talk, it make him sound like evil and just not caring. But
Mm-hmm.
if you sometimes when I listen to him, it sound to me it sounds like he's just saying I want to put the American citizen first. I want to make sure
Mm-hmm.
y'all are getting all the rewards before we give it to other countries and people that just crossed over here.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm not as a black man. For me as a black man, my first concern is not immigrants. To be honest, my
Mm-hmm.
first concern is my family and people that have like minds like me that may happen to be my color. You
Mm-hmm.
know, as far as immigrants and stuff, like I hate that for them, but at the same time, I think a lot of us get wrapped up into other people issues and not
Mm-hmm.
and distracted from our issues. Not saying that we shouldn't care about our next our human brother, our human sister, or whatever, but as black people, I think we need to still focus on getting our permanent placement here and what we need to keep thriving and stop using our energy for so many other things.
Right. To an extent. I get what you're saying, but to point out, you said something about make sure that we are finding a permanent. What was that again? Can you?
Placement. Yeah,
Yeah.
like just position here, like
Mm,
um there's things like I heard they was taking away affirmative action or something like that.
yeah.
Like things
Yeah.
like work focus on our issues in our communities, gang
Mm,
violence, single parent homes, just like focusing on things that like take away from us or like things that's
mhm.
concerning us.
Right. Well, I do want to say that affirmative action. I think they have already taken that away.
Yeah.
Um, they've taken that away, and then there's another couple things that they're going to take away. And it really stuck out to me when you said for us to find our place, and that brings me to a question for everyone. It's like, well, what if it was Black people that were facing mass deportation, and what is it going? What is stopping them from mass deporting us? Like, I know that we have 200 years. We're deeply
Mm,
rooted here as a family, but what's stopping them? Because deep down, America has systemic racism. No, some people don't want to admit it. They even put it in quotations mark in Project 2025, like as it's a fake, made up thing, and it's not.
mm.
And me and you are living proof of that. But digressing back to what I was saying, we still don't have a permanent place or feel like we have a permanent place here. And in a sense, we are like those people that are going to be mass deport, um,
I
mass deporters.
I don't think so. I don't think we're nothing like them. I
Why?
think because we went through slavery, we were brought over here against our choice.
Right? No.
Um,
Okay.
and they
You're
came
right.
over on their own because they trying to reap the benefits of
Right.
America. For us, I feel like I don't think they can't mass deport us because we're too entrenched into the economy and what makes things tick in America. I don't
Mm-hmm.
think they could. It would probably bankrupt America or like make America fall if they try to do that. They don't even know. They don't even know where we go. Where will we go? I'm like, who will
Mm-hmm.
we go to? But I get what you're saying though. But I don't. I think, and I think that's another problem in the Black community. We keep thinking other people are similar to us. No, we have a unique experience here in
Mm-hmm.
America, and I don't think we should keep getting distracted by other people's experience. Like our experience is very unique.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree. Our experience is unique, but is not the only one. If we speak on anyone being treated horribly as the indigenous folk, um, they were treated horribly. But I don't want to get too far on. Like it's a whole winding road, all this stuff.
Nah, I get
But
that. And even though we on this topic, when
Mhm,
I hear indigenous, for me, what I believe, which may sound crazy as hell, but I truly believe is I don't believe every Black person that you see is actually from Africa. Like I believe that a lot of
mhm,
us that look like me, look like you, are native to this land too. Like we were the Native Americans.
mhm,
Because a lot of us, if you ask, like, oh, who was your great grandma? Oh, my great grandma was Cherokee. My great grandma was Navajo. And people used to be like, oh, you just trying to say you got good hair, and all that weird stuff. But like,
yeah, I
it's
remember.
real though, and it's like, well, damn, what did African come in if I just
Right.
connected to Native American heritage, just
Mhm,
down two people down the line, you know?
mhm. Yeah. No, I understand what you're saying about that. Like, we are entwined deeply with them, but that brings me to another thing. Like, no, Hispanic people did not deal with slavery on the same level. I think that they are dealing with it in today's concern in a different way. Um,
Mm,
because a lot of a lot of them come here illegally, and it's because they're trying to escape a bad life, and they come here and they get a better life. But is it a good life? I'm not sure. Some people might have good
mm,
lives, but they're scared all the time. They have to work these crap jobs, and there's a lot of
mm,
people telling them, who knows, I don't know their experience personally, but people telling them go back to where you came from and just treating them like trash. And that's
Yeah.
where I find the similarities.
And
Um,
for me, I still don't, and it's not, I'm not saying like I don't, to me, it is what it is. Whatever happens, happen. I'm not
mhm,
against it or for it. I'm just trying to understand both sides. But I think
right.
my loyalty gonna lie with black people.
Hmm.
And I don't think we understand that we were in worse conditions than them. We were worth less than I ain't gonna say we were still worth a lot as slaves. We just didn't
Hmm.
get paid for it, but we was worth a lot.
Right.
We made this country what it is. You
Hmm.
get what I'm saying? We even made this country what it is when it comes to feeling like you have a voice to make policies and things change. Like we died and bled for that.
Hmm. Yeah.
Um, so I don't, to me, I'm not looking at them like, oh my God, you're getting treated so bad when it's like, well, we died for this. Like, what did you do for this? You just come over here and get to have it. So it's
Hmm.
like, why not do what we did in your country? Or, where did we couldn't run. We just had to fight.
Hmm.
So it's like, for me, I feel like we just get wrapped up into it because it's like, oh, we were dead wrong. I don't want them to get done wrong, but it's like they're benefiting off of our marches and off of our blood, sweat, and tears. And it's
But
like we putting them, like putting their problems ahead of ours. That's
right.
how I'm looking at it. In a
Right.
way. In a way.
Right. Well, I don't know. It's just having humanity, and then that's what's the biggest thing for me. Not trying to say you don't or anything. I understand completely where you're coming from. Like, take care of your own first, and then worry about everything else. It's just the person that I am. It's like, um, I I see that these are families. These are innocent children. These are old people. They're all kinds of people, and they are dealing with this now.
Mm-hmm.
We are still dealing with things now, but this deportation thing, I understand that, like, we've done the work, we've done, we did our due diligence, or our ancestors did, but what what side, the question is what side of history do you want to be on? Do you want to be an ally, or do you want to be the person that folded their arms and wanted to be mind their own business? You know, I want to be on the side where I did something, whether it benefited me or not, because I wanted to keep my humanity. I wanted to do the right thing. I wanted to make sure that I
Yeah.
can go to sleep at night knowing that I did what I could for others, despite how they treat me. Because at the end of the day, I'm, I said that I'm a Christian, and I believe wholeheartedly that doing things, just being right and not being, um, like, everyone should do their things. It
Mm.
almost feels, I don't know the word I'm trying to say. I'm just gonna move on, but because I don't know what I'm gonna say, but
It's all
it
good.
just feels so. It feels like the sign of the times, where
Mm.
people want to just look away, and people could have did that to us. We had allies, or our ancestor had allies to help them push through, but other people were like, "No, they're just inwards or whatever," or they'll never learn. They
Okay.
keep doing things to not
That
help
is a
themselves.
good point. There
Yeah.
was some good white people to help us.
Hmm.
But I still say to that is okay.
Hmm.
Um, I don't know how economics work. I'm not an
Yeah.
economist or nothing like that.
Hmm.
But for me, I don't know. Like I can't say what's really going on. But like
Yeah.
it's a reason why America and places like you and certain places in Europe are so nice,
Hmm.
are livable, like good living conditions, even though we
Hmm.
have like our slums here and things like that.
Right.
Um, it's a reason for that. And, I think a lot of that reason goes to how much we kill, in other countries and take over and probably like what
say.
you call it when you take things from people.
Oh, I know what you're trying to say. I can't think of it
Yeah, I
either.
can't think of the word, but I think
I know what
America
you're
is
talking about.
built on that type of shit. So it's like
Mhm.
a lot of the good that you reap may come from evil.
Mhm. Oh,
And
can you? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
nah, keep going, my bad.
No, I was just a little bit confused. I was just asking you to expound a little bit.
Oh, keep going. Like the
Mhm.
wars and stuff, us knocking off people and um I remember when we was worried about weapons of mass destructions and that turned into
Right.
something else. Like I think America kills a lot. Like we are gangsters, like our military and stuff like that. We go and lay down the law, you know.
Mhm.
Uh I'm thinking like when it comes to our economy and people doing certain things that we may feel is unhumane, but that may be the reason why we get to live so good. I'm not sure,
Because
but I've heard people talk like that.
so, are you saying that people think that we live good because we did the dirty work to get here?
I know America was built off dirty work. Yeah. The
Oh
United
yeah.
States of America was definitely built off a lot of blood and just, you know, ungodly
Mhm.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, so would it be safe to say that you believe that the mass deportation would be the dirty work that we're doing to get to a good part or a good
I
space?
mean, for me, it's more of I don't the dirty part is the child, okay? Like the
Mhm.
child that gets ripped from his family are like the child gets taken away from the family and it stays there and the family goes or like just messing up that family. That's the dirty part for me.
Mhm.
But the other part of them, I don't think anybody should just be able to come in America because they want to escape something. Like, no, I don't agree with that. I think you should have to be vetted, get a social security number or whatever you got to get as a citizen. Like I think that does matter
Mhm.
because you got a lot of gangs and things like that that is just like the cartels and in different
Yeah.
places, like so it could be a easy, like for us we thinking as humanitarians and citizens, but like it's certain, just like you have a house and you have to protect it, you just don't let anybody in your house just because they
Yeah.
hungry. You get what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So it's like
Yeah.
for me, I try to look at it at both sides. Like I don't want to see a child get taken from their family and traumatized and hurt and just, I don't want to see that. I don't want that to happen.
Right.
But I do understand not just letting anybody that want to come here come.
Right. I understand that too. And but I could never fully stand behind it. But I will say that I do like the things that Canada is doing now. They are limiting the amount of refugees or immigrants into the country. They're not saying no, but they're saying not right now, and which in some circumstances um, that could work. But I get why people would want to get out now because I'm like, I'm sure you've seen on Facebook like years ago and where people were getting, I don't know if I can say, I don't want to get you demonetized, but getting beheaded. They were getting their heads taken off, like with a straight razor. And
Where at here?
that's, no, that's in Mexico.
Oh,
The
with the
cartel did it.
guillotine or something, like they were guillotining them or something.
No, well, I mean, I guess you could say that, but it was with a straight razor. Like I seen the video. I wish I never seen it,
Wow, nah, I
but
didn't see
I'm
that.
yeah, it's brutal. But that's just one example of what's going on in Mexico, and it's just super dangerous. And then trafficking. So some people can't wait later, but there are some people that come here and then they do it the right
But
channels because
is
they breathe.
is that our problem as America, that
No,
your government is doing crazy stuff like that? Because who came to save us? We was getting hung from trees and burnt at the stake and tied up to horses and getting pulled apart. Like who came and said, "Hey, you know,
yeah. Well, a few white people, like you said, a
yeah, but
president.
they American. Like they didn't come from, like we didn't have. I feel like we had nowhere to go. We just had to fight."
Right.
But I'm not
So
saying damn, like okay, now I want them. But I'm saying it like it's just. I feel like I don't know. It just seemed like we got such big hearts for everybody but ourselves. Like it's like we
Mhm.
need to keep looking at what we need
Right.
and asking
Well,
for what we need, like not getting wrapped up in other things that are going on. I'm not saying that they, cause like even in California, I don't know if you know this, but like it's Mexican gangs out there where black people can't even go. They'll kill you.
yeah.
So it's
Mhm.
like we so wrapped up in like you don't even know if these people really respect you. They might get over here and try to be the next system in the system, the next gear in the systematic racism and not fuck with you. You know, like it's like we don't know.
Mhm.
You taking the gamble.
Right. But the way to comment on what you said earlier, the reason why I think no one came to our aid um, back then. One, I don't know who would. I don't know who would be able to because, especially back then, we were what a huge superpower, I guess you could say. And the best way to explain it is Spider-Man. If everybody knows, if Spider-Man with great power comes great responsibility. And I know it seems trivial to um, I don't know. I don't know the word I'm trying to say. I can't think of any word today. It's that kind of day. But
It
anyway,
happens. I promise it happens a
it's
lot.
that kind of day.
Yeah.
But yeah, that it has meaning to it. It means something that is important, and I think that's something that a lot more people should adopt with because we are a superpower, America, and we do have a huge responsibility for everyone because we have things in place, and if we take those things away, that leaves room for someone else to become the big superpower, a big brother. um, Now, as far as like, you know, people coming here and not treat me right or things like that, it could very well, I could very well be shooting myself in the foot helping these people, but I know I did the right thing. And I know that when it comes time, you know, when I leave this earth, I'm going to go where I'm going to go. And I'm not going to regret it because it's going to be a great place. But, um, but knowing that but doing that part, what they do after has nothing to do with me as far as like how they treat me. If you want to be that way, then you have those demons to answer to. I don't, but if I can do something to help you, I will. And that's what sets people apart from being. Um, this is no judgment on anyone. I'm just this is how I see it for myself. But that's what separates it from being a person who is trying to help versus someone who is worried about
Mm.
what could be. But what if it isn't that way?
I think it's more complicated than that though.
Oh,
Like
definitely,
I
definitely.
think we just looking at it as from like a simple citizen point of view. We not
Uh-huh.
looking at it from a person that run the country and maybe concerned about balancing the economy and all this because
Hmm.
we're not the greatest country in the world because we're nice. We're the greatest country in the world because we kill.
Mm.
You know, and I think a lot of people forget that. Like we the killers. We are. You know, like
Yeah.
we got more planes than some people have country. I mean, have citizens, and we could like you know what I'm
Hmm.
saying. Like we, it's not
Yeah.
because we just so nice and humane. No, it's because we will come like yeah, run through your
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh, that's true. That's 100% true. Um, yeah, I have no comment on that one because we killers.
we kill
Yeah.
you know America kills like we. That's what is man. Yeah, the red
Yeah.
is for the blood probably, but
Yeah.
okay, so mass deportation. I think you made some good points though. Like I think you made a lot of great points.
Thank you.
What what about so to you? Do you see Trump as a racist?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And why do you see him that way? Is it because of things he said, things you've heard? Like why do you see him in that way?
Um, the things he said, for one, it's never been anything of support other than white people. And the things that he's plans to do and the things he wants to do, it's all been like from a place of disdain For instance, you can be like, well, not you can't, but he says, I want to deport everybody, right?
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't make you a racist. If you want to deport people, if you have a good reason behind it and a humane way of doing it, then that doesn't make you a racist person. What makes you
Mm.
racist is saying that I want to get rid of all the criminals that came from Mexico. I want to get rid of all the rapists, things like that.
What's
So
wrong?
yours,
What's wrong with wanting to get rid of criminals?
well, hold on. So this is what I'm about to
Okay,
say.
okay.
How does so? How do we know that they're criminals if they're not already in the prison system? How do we know? Are we just saying that because they came from Mexico that they're automatically
Um,
criminals?
so if you come over here the wrong way, I guess you're a criminal because you hopped the fence.
Right?
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like in the law eyes, like I'm not saying that they are criminals or like
Right.
people that do bad things, but I'm saying like if you with our policies, you can't be deemed as a criminal if you come in here
Right.
illegally. So
You can, but that's not what he said. He said rapists, drug dealers, and coming over here to take black jobs, things like that. Like,
so he said they coming over here to take black jobs. So it sounds
yeah.
like he care about black people.
But what's a black job though, and why black people?
It's crazy. A black job is crazy. I remember that whole debacle.
Yeah,
Damn.
I don't want to
I
get
don't
lost on that,
know.
but
I don't
yeah,
know. I don't know what he meant. For me, man, Trump. I don't think Trump is racist. I think he just super like entertaining, and he know that, so he just say whatever he wants to. But I think he just like trying to be super American. Like I
mm,
feel like he's set tripping. I feel like if he was a gang member, he'll be set tripping. Like we all bloods, and ain't if you ain't blood, then you got to get you either gonna get with us or not. Like I think
mm-hmm,
he on that type time with America. He like we finna make this America again, and
right.
you know for black people that can sound threatening as hell. But
For anybody brown.
I don't cause like okay, it's cause like okay, it's wrong for him to do stuff for white people.
Oh, you asked me?
Yeah, is it wrong for Trump to do stuff for white people?
No, but
But
in conjunction to that,
mm-hmm,
it's not wrong to do stuff for white people, but it's wrong to do something for one group and completely exclude the other. That's
mm,
my problem.
and I get that. I was
Mhm.
wondering how you was gonna answer that. So,
Mhm.
cause it's like I don't know, like I see so many different ways to go with interpreting what's going on in America. But for me, I'm not pro Trump. I'm not pro Kamala. Um,
Mhm.
but I do feel like shit has been getting out of hand. Like
Mhm.
I feel like the Democratic Party just been doing too much. Like I
Yeah.
feel like they've been doing a lot. And I feel like they done got arrogant and just thought, hey, we got you black people, you know,
Mhm.
y'all, we automatically got y'all. Y'all just automatically gonna go with us. And hey, don't look at Trump, he's racist. Like they feel like I be feeling like that's how they feel like they gotta tell us. He's racist, so
Mhm.
I know you're gonna vote for me. And it's like,
Mhm.
nah, I need more now. I can think now. We got a lot of educated black people now. We need more.
Mhm.
Um, I don't know, but that's just how I'm taking it. It's like, and I also just don't like media right now. I feel like media is trash. Like I feel like is media is now trying to compete with like entertainment to me, and it's
Mhm.
like they're more focused on clicks than telling the truth. They're more focused on like propaganda and getting reactions and making people emotionally tied to things versus like just giving us the truth.
Right. Um, as far as that goes, as far as media and the Democrats, I definitely feel like they could have done more. I think they should have had a stronger case. I mean, they did. No, don't get me wrong, they had a strong case. I'm not gonna sit here and say that I was pro Kamala, but I was more anti-Trump than pro Kamala. So that's the first thing for me. And then the other thing with the media, I do agree it does have its things, but I wouldn't say it's 100%. based on that. I think that they do what they have to do to get the views, but they do also have to tell the truth, because how will we have a credible source of information if they're running rampant and not being fact checked by their
Bro, I don't think they telling us the truth. I think they sensationalize the shit out of a lot of
I
things.
agree. They
Like
do.
they might not be like out of all the way lying, but they'll just say a crazy ass word that'll pull at your emotions versus,
Oh,
and you will
definitely.
just
No.
run with the
Hmm.
title versus reading all the words. You know what I'm saying? Like you'll just run with
Right.
that big title that's in bold that say like this provocative statement that make you
Right.
feel away.
Right. No, I understand, and I totally agree. They do sensationalize and make things bigger than what they are. But again, it's like looking from the lens of knowing, like, hey, this person or this media um, house needs to get views. They need ratings. They need to pay the bills at the end of the day. We know this. And just like, let's say you have an enemy at work, right? You know this enemy is going to always call out. You know they're going to be on the bull crap and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But you know one thing is true, that they will always do their paperwork correctly, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you know you can look at the paperwork and you know it's going to be right, because there's things in place to help you know that it is what it is. And it's also, you know, this person. If you know what their tricks are, you don't have to worry about the tricks. You just have to sift through those tricks to get to the truth. And the truth is
Mm.
there, but it's going to come with a whole bunch of spam.
But I think the average American citizen is lazy and they not gonna do that.
Oh,
And they just gonna
you
go
said
off of
mouthful.
Facebook posts and
Yeah.
Twitter status and just random reels with like 10, 30 second clips or something
Hmm.
and just feel like they know what's going on. I do that shit sometimes. So
I
it's like
agree.
I'm talking about myself too, but it's like it's just be like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like it,
Yeah.
and I feel I get that they need clicks and views, but you messing up a country to me. Like
Yeah.
we got. I'm scrolling through TikTok. I'm seeing black women
Hmm.
crying, saying "fuck black men." I'm
Hmm.
divorcing my husband. I'm not talking to my dad no more, my uncle no more. Like it's so, and it's like it's black people. I heard a black woman say, "I'm not going to sleep because I'm scared I'm gonna wake up a slave," and it's like that's media. The media did
Yeah.
that. Like you think you gonna wake up a slave? Like like you. I mean, shit
Yeah.
might get rough. It might not. But I think though this is the time to pay attention. Though I think this
Definitely.
election has pulled so many people in. It's time to pay attention, and I
Yeah.
think I think the veil gonna come off in 2025. I think
Hmm.
if Trump don't turn out to be this madman that everybody painting them, it's gonna be a lot of just what the fuck,
Yeah.
you know.
Oh, it will be.
But if he
And
is the person he say he is, it's gonna be another what? It's gonna be another type of what the fuck. So, but
it
either
is.
way, I think it's gonna be like a thing, a reveal.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. I definitely agree with you on that. As far back on, I'm just to touch on the media.
Yeah.
Like, me and you are 100% on the same page with that. As far as like news sites, that's more of the grounds that I was referencing to. But as far
Okay.
as social media, it's the Wild West. They are propaganda machines. Facebook, especially TikTok, because people just get on there like, people don't go on Facebook or TikTok with the idea that people need views, people need clicks, they need interaction. So they're going to say whatever to get it. Like, take for instance, people going around Walmart a couple years back licking ice cream to get views. So people will do anything to get views. And if people kept that in mind, then
Mhm.
we could keep a lot of this. Uh, Whatever this is, circus behavior going on online to a minimum, because
Yeah.
that's why our parents and people before, they didn't act like this. They did not act like this, and if they did, it was at home. Nobody knew. They weren't sharing it. They weren't collaborating together on this stuff. But
Yeah.
that's something I talk about a lot. People need to understand. They need views. They need clicks. They will lie to you, tell you a bold faced lie. So I agree.
Yeah. And you know, I think that's a big part. But I also think like the real media, like Fox News and stuff like that,
Oh
I
yeah.
think they play on our emotions and that makes people go to TikTok and have these crazy
Mm.
emotions and
Yeah.
like out of reality reactions.
Yeah.
Um, did you lose any black male friends or black family members due to the election? Like, are you cutting people off?
I cut some people off. I definitely cut some people off.
Why though? Why? Why did you cut them off?
Because this election, it had this been George Bush or Al Gore running against each other, then yeah, I wouldn't have been like, oh, I'm done with you. No, I wouldn't have cut anybody. Of course, I wasn't old enough to vote then, but still, I wouldn't have cut people off. I know that because that's the person who I am. I cut people off this time because this is a totally different type of election. The things that he's promising to do, the things that Project 25 promises to do, and the people surrounding him is very makes me feel very uneasy, and it makes me not trust the type of environment that we are in at the moment. Like the climate is very hostile, right? We
Yeah,
saw that in COVID. Black people stood up for what about George Floyd and other victims, and then people had something to say about that. They had a problem with that, right? So everybody's emotions are high, and
man.
this was
Yeah.
something to make or break it, and they chose to break it.
I think we was fucked either way though. Like something about Trump makes like white racist people feel so empowered.
Oh yeah.
So I feel like either way it was gonna go left. Like if we would have won, not we would have won, but if like the perceived black party, the
Mhm.
Democratic Party would have won,
Mhm.
shit would have went left. Like I don't know, it just felt like, but then it's like that's what I don't like. That's the part I
Right.
don't like about that. That it's like me as a black person, I can't criticize black things no more when it's
Mhm.
in retrospect to Trump, because it's like it don't matter. It's Trump. Like, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like this is like, damn, okay. But like what if
Yeah.
I just didn't like Kamala? What if I just didn't like her? I ain't feel what she was saying.
Mhm.
Now I'm not black anymore. I'm a traitor to my race. It's like, damn, oh look, can we talk about it? Like why I can't, why I
No, I
gotta,
never go that far.
agree with that. you
Right.
know? But that's
No,
how people feel. Like that's how
they
this,
do.
but that's how they
Mhm.
even ran it when he ran against Biden. You had Biden saying you not black if you don't vote for me. It's like that's how they feel about us. Like it's like golly, and we agree with the
Mhm.
shit. Like we carrying the shit
Yeah.
out.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't go as far as say you're not black. I would say that you definitely accepted the lie, or it says
Mm.
something about you morally, and that's the biggest thing for me. I get what you're saying. Well, I think I do. You were saying like you felt like crap would have went left if Kamala, I can never say her name right. One, you would think that the right would have had an even another January 6th, but on a bigger scale. Is that what you were saying?
Yeah, I was gonna put a Trump sign up in my yard just so I can be, be all
Safe.
right at night. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Ain't trying to get woke up in the middle of the night. I was just gonna put one out there, be like, hey man, shit, leave me
Right.
alone.
Well, let me ask you this then. Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Right. The Trump supporters had you nervous. They had you a little concerned if blue won, right?
Hmm.
So why give them the power to do it anyway? That's what I
Um,
want.
I don't know. I'm not saying give them the power. I'm just saying, honestly, man, I'm still on the fence of like, I don't think Trump is that racist. Like, I don't really think he racist.
Hmm.
I think that is like just some. I mean, he done said some crazy shit,
Yeah.
but you can go back to all politicians and they done said. Well, I guess they ain't saying it right now though. I guess that's the difference. But
Right.
I don't feel like he just outright said fuck niggas. Like I don't feel like he done did that. Like, like every time they say it, it be like in a weird way that he done said something. But it's like black jobs is racist as fuck. I ain't gonna lie. Oh, I ain't even gonna say
Yeah.
it's racist. That shit like irresponsible. Like that's some reckless
Yeah.
shit to say.
It is.
That's reckless. but he reckless though. Like it for me, it's to me, it's like Democrats just was focusing on some bullshit. Like it was they was just
Mhm.
focusing on some other shit for so
Mhm.
long that it kind
Yeah.
of like got drowned out by like I don't know. It it feel like the country just been going a certain way and it's kind of like unsettling to me.
It is unsettling. And it's scary at the same time too. But I do feel like Trump basically said F niggas. I do.
Damn.
With
Okay.
the policies that he's gonna put in place.
What policies is directly hurting black people though? That's what I'm
Okay,
trying to.
okay.
Let's
So
go.
Project 2025, people who surround him, people he's actually put in cabinet as of today, right?
Yeah.
They have helped write Project 2025, and they're
Mm-hmm.
calling it America First now, correct?
Yeah.
So they're going to get rid of Title One. Title One is something I remember being introduced because my mom was a school teacher, and that helps low income families be able to go to school. I believe it helped with giving them free lunch, things like that. I just know the gist of it helps low income families.
I'm gonna Google that.
And
So Trump is out here taking away welfare and shit.
welfare, taking away the Pell Grant, right?
But
Pell Grant,
he want a free school though. I saw he want to make the American Academy and it's free.
where I have not, now that I have to go, I've never heard that.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's like you get the bias meter that they'll tell you somebody just did the craziest shit. Then you read the fine print and it'd be like, oh, they just like walked across the street too fast. You be like, what the fuck? But it's
Yeah,
like, nah, he want to start the American Academy. He wanted to be free. He want college to be free.
right. Well, then that would be great. I can stand behind that.
But
But
I ain't saying that that's all that come with it. Now. I ain't saying that that's, but I read some of it and he was like, he want to start the American Academy.
right.
Um, cause to
But
me, okay, that's why I got to get a teacher on here or like somebody that's into policy
yes.
because like when I hear him talk about it, cause like you can go hear him talk about it. Like he talk about it on his website. Like it's,
Mhm.
he say what he want to do, but then he talk about it. And to
Mhm.
me, the way he talking about it, like he ain't talking like how he be talking when they be like recording them and shit. Like he talking regular, and
Mhm.
he talking more about like he's saying that he want to give the schools power to fire bad teachers and hire good teachers, and
Okay.
make sure your child is getting educated.
Right. That now, okay. This brings me to something else I was talking about with somebody. When people are trying to, I usually don't use profanity, but when people are trying to sell you shit, they usually use uh, glitter to make it sound nice, right? You're not going to say, this is what we want to do, and just straight up how I want to say it. I'm going to sell this shit to you in the best way I can so you can spoon feed yourself, these kids, all the shit that I'm about to give you. And you don't know a shit until you taste it, right? So it sounds good to have Harvard for free. That is amazing. If he does that, that's great. But also, in turn, though, the reason why the school has become federally ran is because of things like, let's say, segregation. When it was left up to the states, a lot of schools didn't want to desegregate. They wanted to keep things separated. And then, let's say, for instance, another thing that you could be looking at, most all the red states, right? The ones that have been red for years and years, look at the history of how many politicians were actually black and how have been white. They have never elected for a black politician. So that means if black people are in red states, right?
Mm-hmm.
They are going to be under a directly racist politician who is not as visible as the president, right? So in their hometown, they're beloved. They could be part of the KKK for all you know. KKK's got doctors, lawyers, everybody under it. So who's to say a politician isn't one of them? Running a school that your kid now goes to and is not federally ran or regulated, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now they get to do whatever they want to the schools. It sounds great, but if you look deep and look in your history books, it'll tell you what's going to happen because it happened already. So that's why I feel like that about the education, Pell Grants being removed, and
Yeah.
there's more. I have some other notes, but I can't find them at the moment. But
So he
it's
taking away Pell Grants. You,
yes,
but if it's free, you don't need a Pell Grant.
right. If it's free, let's see if it's free. Um, but you know how Trump is.
So,
All you have
but
to
I
do is
think
flatter
I
him.
feel like things are too intertwined. Like Mississippi is probably racist as fuck. Like that's
Oh, it
just
is
what they.
racist.
But it's like we too intertwined for shit to just go left. Though I feel like if shit get to going like that, and you as a black man cool with that, then you deserve it, bro. Cause you gotta stand up
Right.
now. It's like and that's what I'm
Mhm.
saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
Mhm.
saying. We've been focused on the wrong shit for so long
Mhm.
and bullshitting. Like we damn near had the ball and we just start passing that bitch around. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, what the fuck? Why shoot? Like, what is you doing? Shoot. And you give it to somebody else. And now the op got the ball. And you hoping he don't, you know what I'm saying? You hoping he don't dunk on you. But it's your like, what the fuck have we been doing? Like, we
Yeah.
thought shit was sweet.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like obviously, if you voted in Mississippi, your vote doesn't count, bro. If you like that shit ain't
Mhm.
count. Like it don't even
Oh
matter.
yeah,
That
that's a
we
whole
gonna
nother
be red.
conversation.
We gonna be red. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
yeah. So like
Mhm.
maybe locally, like maybe if you did something locally, it would help. But
Yeah.
what I'm saying is, yeah. At the end of the day, I feel like whatever happened, that's what was supposed to happen. They wanted that shit to happen. They wanted Trump to win. Like it was something
Mhm.
going on. And
Mhm.
but I don't know. Like I just don't think. I just gotta see it. I guess I'm gonna just have to see it to believe it. I don't think. Everybody
Yeah.
think we finna go Jim Crow modernize, and I just don't believe it.
I okay. So when that happened, I agree. I think it will be something like Jim Crow modernized. And when they say that, they're not meaning putting us in actual chains and
Yeah,
things like that. And but I think it will be modernized. I don't have the imagination to think of it,
but
nor do I want to think of it.
what will America gain from going back to Jim Crow? They won't gain shit from that.
No. Well, black
That's a
any
civil war. That's a war. I,
yeah, it's a civil
that's
war.
that's a war, and I'm not, but I don't. I don't know. Like I just don't. I don't know. Maybe I'm just naive or something. I just don't see them doing it. Like whatever like we went through Trump in
Mhm.
2020. It didn't really seem that racist when he was in office. I did it. I
Uh,
don't know.
it
I
did.
don't know.
To me, it did, and it did to a couple million people too, I'm sure. Um, so before I go into, well, I'll just go ahead and say that first. I thought it was racist because one, the treatment of things, like for you to say there was an issue on both sides when you have guys quoting white nationalist phrases going down the street, attacking people, um,
Who did
churches
that?
getting shot up. That was in let me look where it up. I think it was North Carolina or something
Are
like
you
that.
talking about? You talking about when the dude shot the black people in the church?
No, I'm talking about that as well.
Okay.
Um, but I'm talking about they will not replace us or something. I forgot what it's called. They will. I can't remember what
Was
it
that
is. I have to
after
look through
George
it.
Floyd though?
I believe it was. Now,
Yeah,
don't
so
get me saying on the
that's the
timeline.
media again. That's the media taking a random black man that died by the police and blowing that shit up. Like I'm sure the cops kill niggas every day. And
Yeah.
I'm not saying it like that don't mean nothing. I'm not saying it like that, but I'm saying they choose when they blow shit up. It seems like
Mhm.
it's like that's they hit the button. Like let me hit the political button. Let me pull up a black man dying from a white man. Or maybe it
Mhm.
would. Maybe that shit was organic. Maybe somebody because I don't know, man. As that shit kind of crazy. The George Floyd situation kind of crazy. For people to
Mhm.
watch that shit happen is crazy to me. But I mean, you probably don't want to get shot by the police though. So I get it. Um,
No,
it's
I
like
don't
I
think
don't know.
nobody
But I'm
does.
saying like, like if that's like damn, okay. Yeah, I guess
Mhm.
so. I just let them die then. Fuck it. Like, I don't know. Like what do you like I don't know. Like if I feel like the cop tripping, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to go through that.
Right. And that's why I think it's so important to stand up though. Like George Floyd was of many black men that was killed on the streets. And that's
Yeah.
what people were saying. It's
But
like, why is this
was he
okay?
killed because of racism though?
I mean, you
That's
can't
a
tell me he
crazy
wasn't.
question. That's a crazy question. But did you see the
Mhm.
videos that came out later? Like he was in the car. They was trying to get him to get out the car. He was refusing to get out the car. Like if he
Mhm.
would have just been compliant, do you think he still would have died?
I'm not sure. That's hard to say.
You get what I'm
But
saying? So
it's
like, do you think that cop got up and was like, "Man, I'm gonna kill me a black man today"? Oh, look like I got me one. Like I
I
don't, like I don't know, and I'm not trying to sound insensitive at all. Like, no,
uh-huh.
I'm not. I'm just saying, like, if we take away, because the video traumatic as hell, but like they dropped other videos of them telling him to get out the car and he wouldn't. He was like freaking out or something,
Right.
like he was
But
being resistant. But I'm like, if he would have just got out the car, like, damn, okay, let me see what's going on. I don't.
I
Do
don't
you
know.
think it would have went that far?
It, I can't say whether it would or wouldn't have, but I can say that in past instances where people did comply and they still ended up dead. So I'm not sure, but
I,
it
I
seems to
feel I
be.
feel like we can't say that though. We can't. You can say that, but like for that situation, that's not fair to say that. So,
Mhm.
because it's like then it's just like fast forwarding it through that and it's just saying, well, even if that wasn't that, they done did it so much it don't matter. Like, nah, this do matter because shit, people went and burnt shit down after this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
was it really racism or was this cop just tripping? Or
I,
was it like, because it's like egos get involved. Imagine being a police officer and you telling
uh,
this dude to get out the car. He tripping. He start freaking out. And you like, man, I ain't even gonna let you up because I know what you finna do. Well, I don't think that's what happened, but I'm saying like, I think cops go through some mental fucked up shit too. But he might have been racist. I don't know. He at least he went to jail. He went to jail and stuff. But it's like I just wonder like why who decides what goes viral or something when a black man dies from the police?
and that was a conversation that they had, and people had time to watch and actually pay attention, and it
Because we
actually
was in
was
COVID,
circulated
yeah.
around. Yeah,
Because we was in
and it
COVID,
actually circulated around where
yeah.
people was like, "Whoa, what the freak?" And black people was like, "Yeah, this happens all the time. You just not seeing this." But
Mm.
it's just as far as the guy being racist, I'm not sure. Uh, I can't say confidently that he was, but I don't think that he was.
Like, do you think if there was a white man that refused to get out of the car and did all that, you feel like he would have lived? You feel like he wouldn't have did
Yes,
that to him?
yes,
And
I
why do
would. I
you
think.
feel that way? Because of past experiences?
Well, because of past experiences, but also because of goes back to systemic racism, right?
Mm.
The way cops have, I'm not even gonna say, I don't know how they're trained, but I think that the brotherhood of being a cop, all that encompasses, I'm just gonna say it, they seem like KKK members, right? They may have
Mm.
black members in there, but that join, of course, great. It's not gonna be full KKK, but it's like the things that they practice have been passed down, right? They taught
Mm.
them like, hey, this is what we do. This is the right way, but this is how we actually do it.
Yeah.
So let's say we're giving people the keys to the kingdom and they just start having fun because they feel empowered. They feel like they can get away with everything. They have gotten away with everything. And then all of a sudden they're doing something they do all the time. And now it's on TV because people have time to watch. I think it is based in racism because
Mm.
they've been getting away with it so long and felt free or comfortable enough to act egregiously as uh, egregiously
But
as
why?
that.
Why does like okay the number of arrests that go right
Hmm.
don't even matter if one go wrong? It seems like
Right. And it's I don't think that's much to ask for in the grand scheme of things.
I
Like,
think it's
let's
asking a lot. Well, not for George Floyd, but I'm saying like I think we asking police officers for a lot though, because like I get it. Like I had an interview with a cop, and he
Mhm.
explained to me a 12-hour shift, and I
Right.
don't even think like most humans can like do that shit and be human after so many
Mhm.
years. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, like I don't even think we under like I think it's we take them for granted so much, but it's like, okay,
Mhm.
as a black man, I just for me to even have an interview with a cop is crazy
Yeah.
because I ain't fuck with the police for a long time. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like that was my natural born enemy. That's how I felt. And
Mhm.
if you joined them, you was a sellout. That's how I felt.
Mhm.
But I got older. I started acquiring shit that I ain't want niggas to steal or anybody to steal. I'm calling the police. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? So it's like, but you still had the attitude of fuck y'all. But when I need y'all, y'all better do y'all job. It's
Mhm.
like, like I think we need to step back and have some conversations. Like
No.
I think we gotta I ain't gonna say it's over exaggerated, but overly put in our face of how of like what bad they do, and it's not put in our face of enough of what good they do and what how they contribute to communities and society.
Mhm. Well, I agree. A conversation does need to be had. And I'm on the side of what is the data telling us? That's where I'm at.
The
As far as
data,
seeing,
look at the data might confuse you.
well, let's see. What does the data say?
I ain't got it on me, but I'm sure if you Google
Mhm.
it, it'll be like, oh shit.
Let me see. Hold on, I'm googling it now.
Bet, Google it up, man. What you typing in?
I'm typing in. Hold on. Let me see. Give me a second. Hold on. We gonna look. We gonna look. Where it says, wait. All right. So it says, all right. So I found one that says people shot to death by U.S. police from 2017 to 2024 by race. And then there's something about NBC. It says black people are still killed by police at a higher rate than other groups. So let's see. All right, here's a chart. All right, and let's see. And I'm the type of person who will admit when she is wrong. All right, shot to death by police in the United States from 2017 by race. So according to this chart, it looks like black people and white people are neck and neck, but it says mostly, let me see, white that is being shot to death. Shot to death. That's specific.
Yeah. They, I
So,
mean, I don't know.
I,
I mean, I'm not gonna sit up here because like I'm the rebuttal. So
mm-hmm.
if by this time if you feel like rebuttal on some fuck shit, I'm not. I'm being a rebuttal. You gotta understand
Right. No.
this is a
Mm-hmm.
character. I ain't even talking to you. I'm talking to the chat. This is a
No.
character, folks. Stop being so
Mm-hmm.
fucking sensitive. Look, what I'm saying though is that's the data crazy, but it is more white people in America than black people. So
That's
it's
true.
like shit. We shouldn't even be neck and neck, bro. It
Right.
we but at the same time though, it's like we focus on the wrong shit. If you okay, we're mad at white police officers for killing us, for killing our black
Mm-hmm.
men. That's fucked up. They need to stop. We need to stand up. Something need to happen.
Mm-hmm.
What about the gangs though?
Yeah.
I when I buy a gun, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not thinking about shooting a white man. It's
Right.
crazy, and that's
Mm-hmm.
fucked up to say. And
Yeah.
I heard Charleston White say that, and I was like, damn, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
It is true. Um, I'm
And
not
maybe it's
saying that.
because I'm just around more black people. Maybe it's not because black people are like criminals or something. Maybe it's just because I'm always around black people. So I think naturally I'm gonna get if something go wrong, it's gonna be with a black person. Maybe this is just what I'm thinking. I don't know. But it's like even when in our songs when we rapping about killing, we talking about killing each other.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm kind of glad that you brought this up because um, more on what you were talking about. You were saying earlier that the ball was in our court, and we were, things were good and things like that. Like things were just going great. But in my opinion, I don't think things were going great. I think that we were being pacified. Um,
By
I
who
spoke to a
though?
couple,
Who pacified us?
the white man. So
Which white man though? Was he a liberal? Was he a conservative? What
no,
color? What
just
color was his suit? Like what he had
it,
on? What? I'm just messing. But
the
what you?
most important thing was that it's done by powers that be or white people. And the reason I say that, I'm gonna try to make this quick because this could turn into a long tangent. But
Mm-hmm.
let's say, okay, let's look at people like Tyler Perry, right?
Yeah,
Tyler Perry checks every box for white America. He talks about he makes black people feel good. He makes black people feel seen. He's creating jobs for them. He's making us feel like there's progress, right?
I feel like Tyler Perry is racist as hell. Like he a colorist or some shit. But keep going.
But you see what I'm saying though. So he does all that stuff for a lot of black people. Some black people are starting to wake up, but there's a lot of black people that still love Tyler Perry. White people are okay with him moving forward because he doesn't challenge the status quo. Tyler Perry doesn't talk about anything. Um, he doesn't challenge anything. He doesn't talk about anything that he talks about real things. Don't get me wrong. He talks about real things, but he doesn't challenge anything. He doesn't challenge anybody. He's just out here making content. He said himself,
Mm.
he'll write an entire show in 2 weeks, and I can tell you what that entire show is about without even watching it or reading it. I know what it's going to
I,
be about.
I ain't mad at Tyler Perry though, cause
I'm
look at
not
this.
mad.
Look at this though. Think about this. This and folks, this is me being a rebuttal. So check it out. Check it out.
Okay.
I wake up in the morning and I want to know how to get rich. I'm not even concerned about defeating
Right.
racism. I don't feel like I'm not fighting racism every day. I don't
Right.
even really feel it. You know what I'm saying? To
Hmm.
be honest, it's
Right.
like, or maybe I don't got, I don't know, maybe I'm used to it now or something. But like I'm saying, like I don't think the average black person even wakes up trying to defeat racism. I think it's more like we're trying
No.
to find out how to be better content creators. Somebody's still trying to be a rapper. One boy might be trying to be a football player. Like we're
Hmm.
not even entrenched in waking up feeling like we're oppressed anymore. I don't think.
Right.
So it's
But
like, why does
uh,
Tyler Perry need to talk about it if that's not even a common theme for us unless something happens on the news and then we feel away.
well, things ain't just happening on the news though. Things that happen all the time, and most things aren't making it to the news. And I'm not saying like people are waking up with racism. I don't wake up with racism on the brain. I definitely don't. But what I'm saying is when I was told that perspective, and this was from a white person who told me this, and I was like, whoa, that blew my mind. And if you look, there's a lot of things like that. And if they get too loud, let's take for instance, oh, I'm gonna get canceled for this. I'm a nobody anyway, but still, like
Hell, counsel you
Bob
before
Marley.
you start, huh?
Bob Marley, yeah, right. Let's take Bob Marley.
Yeah,
Bob Marley had music. His music meant something, right?
yeah.
What he said, what he talked about, meant something, and people were following him. People were standing up. Dr. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, all those people who were speaking out. Where they at?
Oh yeah, they got knocked off.
They got knocked off.
Definitely
But
got knocked off.
if you doing what you're supposed to be doing, you're not empowering these people that we're trying to keep down. We're trying to keep them quiet and happy. We found a new way to keep them quiet and happy, and it's by we'll let some people in. We'll let some people say some things. I'm not saying that they control everything. Nobody controls everything, but if we live in a world or US, if we live in a world where the white man has the upper hand because they built that way. They've surrounded everything that they built, generational knowledge, wealth, and just having anything in place. How would they not be able to have this much power and not do the things that they need to do? Because what's on their minds, to answer your question from earlier, Why people do that and why is it like that is to make sure that the white race stays in power.
Mm,
Look at this. Who gets the most abortions? If you look at the numbers, you'll see it is white women. White women. They get the most abortions. All right?
okay.
So if you take away abortion, guess what goes up if they're getting the most abortions? Guess what? You get more white people.
Is the white man wrong for wanting to preserve his race?
What is wrong with being oppressed? We've pressed though.
No.
We've been
I
doing all
said,
right.
is he wrong for wanting to preserve his race?
No, if his race was in danger, no. But his
How do
race
we
isn't in
how
danger
we don't know if they not in danger?
because they're not.
They
It's
are
too
though.
many things. How
That's
are
the
they in
that's
danger?
the trick. They are. You gotta think they count blacks, Mexicans, and others in different categories, right?
Okay, but
But
what are we
we're
doing?
really all of us are about damn to the same. Like once you have sex with a Mexican, you have
But
like
you just
you get what I'm saying? Like once a black man has sex with a white woman, that child is black now.
right, but I'm
So
saying,
you get what I'm
but what are
saying?
we doing? What are we actively doing to threaten the white man, right? What we don't have police
They
systems.
probably looking at projections of like, damn, in the next 100 years, everybody gonna look like Obama or some shit.
It probably will, and
I
I'm
heard that
sure
in
that's what
class
they
though. It was
saw.
crazy. I could have sworn one of my teachers said that shit, and I was like,
They will, though.
I
They will, and
yeah.
that's a
So
problem.
maybe that's what's going on. Maybe they like, nah, man, we can't just
But
fall
what's
off like
wrong?
that.
But they're not falling off. There's just more numbers are increasing,
Mm.
and they're not having babies at the same rate because of abortion or whatever. And so let's say,
So
okay,
that ain't got nothing to do with us then. Like, let him do what he need to do then. If he need to
but
do
it
that,
does.
okay,
It
it
does.
definitely do,
Let,
huh? I'm
let
tripping.
me see. Okay, but there are people, they definitely do, but there are people out there. Let me tell you how wild it is for some people. I'm not saying all white people are like this. No, there are, I, there are some amazing people out there. I'm not
Yeah.
just lumping everybody, but there are some people out there who are actively going to places like Africa, right?
Mm-hmm.
To help to donate their sperm to African women. Sounds innocent enough, right?
Mm-hmm.
This man is going over there to dilute the black race to make sure that the generations after are whiter.
You can't
You,
once you go black, you can't go back white though. That shit impossible. So it don't
but
even
you,
matter.
but you ain't gonna be dark, dark. So
I don't care. They fucked
yeah,
me out of being dark, so I don't care. I
I'm
want
just
the
saying.
whole world to be like shit. Nah, I'm just playing.
But we just
But
said
I
though,
don't care. Like shit.
preservation.
That ain't
The what?
preservation though, because he can't come back.
No.
Once once you go through us, you can't go back. It's over with. Like once you come out a black once your sperm come out of a black woman, it's over with. Like you gotta go find a white woman if you want to be white again. But it's that shit over. It's done.
Not these people insane. But more what I was saying, like people are but it's like what's wrong with that? I don't see anything wrong with trying to preserve your race, but at the same time I do when it comes at the expense of other races having to suffer for you to make sure there are more of you. Why does there need to be more of you? There are people. We are a human race. For instance, like
If you believe that people think that shit, no. The Asian man want to stay Asian. The African man want to stay African. And the white man want to stay white, man. Is That's just what it is. If you
or I
like,
understand
ain't
that.
nobody on no. We all human. Ain't nobody really on that
I
shit.
understand that, but we ain't going
Except for
around
probably black people.
actively trying to
We
make
probably
everybody
cool with it,
black. We're not
huh?
actively we're not actively trying to go around make people
You know why? You know why?
why.
Cause they already are black. Most people already are black. Like that's just what
Okay,
it is. Like if the the Mexican people, man, they got melanin in them.
they
Asian
do, but
people got melanin in them. You know, they might not want to admit it, but shit, yeah.
yeah, you said a mouthful. But what I'm saying is, it's they white people don't want to become a minority. Some white people, the ones that are actively doing this thing, they don't want to become a minority. They have said this. This just came out of their mouth. And
Mm-hmm.
these are the things that they're putting in place. These extreme laws. to preserve the white race and the dominance of the white race. And if
I
the
can't
people,
blame the man that took over shit to not to do shit to keep it. I can't get mad at him, bro. I gotta look at it like shit. Damn, that's what
Mhm.
it is. You know, like I'm not saying like I'm not trying to look at it from a right or wrong. I'm looking at it like, man, if I was in his position, would I just give it up?
I wouldn't
Fuck
care,
no.
but that's me.
Fuck no.
But
I
I'm
wouldn't give
saying
it
that's,
up.
look, I get that
You
point
know
of
what I'm
view.
saying? If I done murdered everybody, colonized shit, wiped out races, wiped out animals and shit, and deleted people history, burned books and shit, you think I'm gonna just let you fuck me out of existence? Nope. Nope.
But they're not gonna not exist. Like
I
if
don't
anything,
know. I don't
everybody
know.
will
It
become
seemed
a
like
big
they feel
race.
that way. It seemed like behind the scenes they feel that way.
And but that's okay. No, I don't think so.
No, I ain't saying it's okay. I'm saying like
Mm-mm.
I get it. I get why you I get it if you feel like you about to lose your grip and you trying to goddamn, get your feet in right. It's up
Right,
to us though to I mean, I ain't saying we at war with white people and nothing like that. I ain't trying to say nothing like
right.
that. But I'm saying like that's the strange thing with black people. Like we are American, but it's like we don't even fuck with America. It's crazy. Like this shit is crazy. But I guess that's just how it go.
That's how I go because we were brought here against
But
our
it's
will.
crazy though, cause it's
We cut our
like
own little corner.
I was having this conversation with another dude, and he made the mistake of calling me. He think that I'm like on some I want to be a white man type shit, and it's like no, that's the
Okay.
least from where I'm at. But I'm just challenging you in this conversation, and for me, I think we had a discussion. I was telling him that every black man is not my brother. That pissed him
Yeah.
off for some reason. I
Mhm.
don't know why. Cause if I
That's
mean,
true though.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't understand how you don't understand it. But
Mhm.
if you want to, if every, but he was, I mean, and he was trying to say it like, well, I'm not saying automatically, but we got to get together and discuss and this and that and what you did for the black community and all that shit. I was like, man, I don't think that's my
Mhm.
responsibility. And
Mhm.
but this right here is for the black community. Like I'm trying to challenge us to think a little different, as in like
Mhm.
not change how we think, but I'm saying like be open to talk about shit that we automatically think right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like we automatically
Mhm.
feel like Trump racist. We automatically feel like the police ain't for us. But that's not true on the police side though. I don't think the police is just savage beasts. A lot of them, I ain't gonna say a lot, some of
No.
them are. But it's like if somebody breaking your shit right now, you gonna call the police.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's what you gonna do.
Mhm.
And you
Yeah.
hoping they get there fast.
And I hope that I didn't make anyone feel like I was saying that
And I
all
wasn't even
police are
talking to you.
bad.
I'm just talking to
No, no, I'm agreeing
America
with
right
you.
now. Talking to
Yeah.
America. Yeah.
No, I'm agreeing with you. I'm saying like if whoever's listening is thinks that I'm just trashing police, I don't think all police are racist. That's just, I think that's ignorant to generalize a whole group of people based on a few instances. Um, and I think more people need to talk about that. Maybe they do, but I agree 100%. I don't think that all cops are out to get us, but I
Yeah.
do. I'm aware of other things.
Man, I have enjoyed this conversation though. Like I didn't know how I was gonna go. I was just like, man, we're just gonna
Same.
get on here. I ain't even writing. I wrote like 5 questions that I didn't even ask, and I was just like, let me just try to talk to somebody one time, cause like I
Yeah.
really didn't. I really don't. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this episode. I don't know, cause it's like what I'm saying. But I think I'm gonna put it out there because I feel like we went somewhere.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. No, I enjoyed this thoroughly. Like you brought up
yes,
some good points. Um
but you held it down though. You stood 10 toes down, like you did not budge. I was like, all right, then, let's go, let's go.
that's how we get to growing. We
Mm-hmm.
grow by, because there were things that you told me that I just totally didn't know about. I didn't know about Trump, and I didn't think about some other things the way that you have brought it. Like, dang, these people, as far as like the white people, I'm not going to go as far as to say like, oh, I agree with them or think it's
Yeah.
okay. I get it, but at the same time, I don't think I could ever endorse that type of behavior from my own people. But
Hmm.
you did bring up some good points about it that I didn't think of it.
Another question then. Crazy
Okay.
ass question. Shit,
Uh-oh.
this shit probably offensive, but I want to ask you. I'm feeling silly.
Okay.
Is Trump the Malcolm X for the racist people? Is he the
Oh,
Malcolm
Lord.
X for the racist people? Because Trump
That's a
turned
good
up, man.
that's a good question.
Cause
That's a
like I
very,
could
very
I
good
could only
question.
imagine me getting in the political light and I'm just on some super black shit, and then you got the Black Panther Party saying I support the rebuttal, and you like, oh shit, I don't want to denounce him because I I like, damn,
Hmm.
now I'm in a position to look like a
Hmm.
pro black person or something. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh
Yeah.
shit, like I wonder, because it's like I saw a thing where Trump, they was saying that Trump, they was talking about how the KKK was endorsing him or something like that, but he
Hmm.
denounced them. He denounced them several times, but it's
Yeah.
like, I guess that didn't matter, or maybe they feel like he was just saying it to say it. I don't know. But like
Uh-huh.
it is like several occasions where he said, I disavow any person that's like that don't need something, he said. But he like basically said he ain't fucking with them.
Right.
But so I don't
The
know.
well, I didn't mean to cut you off,
Nah,
sorry.
you
But
good.
the way I feel about stuff like that is what I was going to say earlier. You can say whatever. Words, talk, it's all cheap.
Mm.
It's what your actions are. Your actions always speak louder, and that is so true. I mean, like, ladies, y'all know a guy would be like, baby, I love you,
Yeah.
baby, I love you. But his actions say otherwise. You're
But
not stupid. You're not crazy.
yeah.
This nigga don't love you.
But why we on Trump ass like that, but we went on Biden ass like that?
Biden, he should have got his end out the way sooner. He should have let it go. I get it.
Like
I don't know how I'm gonna
are
behave, but
we
I'm gonna
not
let it
disappointed
go.
in them for letting this man run the country and he was like definitely suffering from something? Like I feel like we should be outraged right now. I feel like
Well,
what the
I
fuck
think
was y'all
people were.
doing?
I think people were. They're more outraged now, but I think people were. People were frustrated with Biden and the Dems. I've been frustrated with them for a long time
So
because I'm like,
so
huh?
why let the Democratic Party tell y'all who to be mad at when it's really we should be mad at them? Like
I,
y'all did the
mhm.
goofiest shit. Y'all let this man debate and he got on national TV and
That was
said
embarrassing.
words nobody understood.
Embarrassing.
And
Well,
and then was like, oh, okay, we just gonna let Kamala do it with like 100 days. Like, what the fuck?
no,
Like, and then
that was
turn around and
embarrassing.
say black men are not voting. Like, what the fuck? Like, really?
Yeah,
Really?
I
Like,
think.
y'all trash for that.
Yeah.
But
And
what, my
looking at
bad.
the numbers, the black men number, what I know in the grand scheme of things, the overall average, it is bad, but I don't think it was that bad compared to other places that was like 50-50. That was insane to me. But on the note of the Dems, no, that's the first thing that I said. I was like, I was disappointed with them and how they handled the whole election and how Biden dragged his feet and just a lot of things that they could have got done a long time ago. Like that goes back to Obama era where there are some things that they could have got done, but they prioritized other things. And I get it; it has to go through checks and balances, things like that. But I still feel like Trump got things done because he was doing executive orders, whether they helped us or not. He did do a lot of executive orders. I do think there is an abuse of that. Like I said, but that's a whole nother
Mm,
conversation. I'm just saying the Dems are moving to an old school jam, right?
yeah.
The Republicans are listening to new music. They're dancing to a whole new tune, and the Dems are still doing the scuttlebutt. I think they need to catch up
They need to catch up. Man.
and,
They got too
and change
comfortable.
things.
They
Yeah,
got
and
too
like
comfortable.
they think people are still the same people. They think the voting people that are voting now are not the same. They are
Cause
not.
I think black people have more money now.
Mm,
Like, think about this. Okay, I am a man with a family. I got a
mm-hmm,
house. We no longer qualify for Medicaid. That's fucked up.
mm-hmm,
You know what I'm saying? It's like the more money you make in this bitch, the more money you gotta make in this bitch. And it's
mm-hmm.
like it's like You know what I'm saying? We like, man, they cutting off, they hurting the lower class. It's like shit. It don't feel like it's too much love for the middle class either. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Well, I ain't even saying
Yeah.
I'm in the middle class, but I'm saying, oh, look, I'm not lower income anymore. So
Yeah.
it's like, damn, like, okay, shit. I mean, I get worried about, our brothers in the trenches, but shit, what about me? I'm trying to do the right shit. And
Right.
man, they steady adding shit. I gotta pay taxes. You gotta learn taxes now. You gotta learn how to do the loopholes and shit. Like,
Mm.
I think as black people, I wonder, do we realize where we at now?
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, has there been a thing to kind of like recalibrate where we at and where we need to go? Because it
Mm.
was
Say
easy
people are
to know
stuck
where
in the
we
same
needed to go
mindset.
when we was all fucked up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But now it's like, I think it's like a good mix of people that's doing real good and doing real bad. So it's like or maybe I just look at it different because I'm not in the trenches,
Mhm.
anymore. So maybe I just don't, I don't know.
Yeah. So you're saying that people need to change their or update their perspective on things instead of holding on to old um
Yeah, I think we need to
mindsets.
update our perspective, and also we're still fighting like we're fresh out of Jim Crow or something. Like we're still like we don't, like, I wonder, do we like understand how far we've come?
I think a lot of people have. I really do. I think a lot of people realize how far we've come. I do. I also think that there are some people who, in a sense, virtue signal, but I think collectively we know how far we've come. But I think
Mm.
that when some people do call it out when it needs to be called out, and I think that some people do virtue signal, but I think that's a very small
What is that?
minority
What
of
that mean?
people. Basically, saying something like, let's say, okay, for instance, um, I don't even know. I can't even think of a good example. Okay, so let's say I went to the store and I'm like, hey, I need something, and I said, oh, never mind. And this person's like, what? It's because I'm black. It's like had
Mm.
nothing to do with that. And it's like
Yeah, damn.
trying to
That's
get
virtue
that
signal.
sympathy, things like that. Hmm.
Yeah. And cause growing up, that was like a part of, like, man, is you got you black and this and you got strikes against you and shit. But it was like you still was like, that can't be your excuse though. You still gotta go get it type
Right.
ordeal.
Some things. On some things.
Yeah.
Again, that's a whole nother conversation. That's a whole other
Nah, I'm
conversation.
messing with you though. Did you tell him what did you say your name on here?
Yes. My name's Mariah.
Okay,
Don't put me.
I ain't want to say your name and you didn't say your name. I was like, damn.
No,
I'm
no,
looking at your
I
name,
did.
but like I was like, okay. But I gotta get you back on here though. Like, you sound very educated, you well spoken.
Well,
Uh
thank you.
it sounds like you do some type of research.
Yeah,
And
I
and
try.
you and you will use Google on the spot. Like, shit, that's what's up. That's what's up. I'm with that.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
but I love having the female or women voices on here,
Mhm.
because it's like, I think that's who listen to me the most, women. But it's like I
Yeah.
also be liking just to hear y'all take on things.
Oh yeah. I think women listen to podcasts a lot because I've been listening to podcasts for like a very long time now, and I love them. And keep doing your work. I already enjoyed some of the things you already did, and I hope that people know what a gem we got.
Let's go, man. I'm messing with you.
Hmm.
Let's go. There you go. We'll end it right there.